sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
It was the stupidest thing I've ever in my life.
But I mean, like, women go through that. As artists?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's a lot of women that are writers
but
because
for a rap,
they don't
like
look
for
like
a rapper, like what the hell?
Y'all heard of Set Free?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we grew up together, and we took me to a meeting at Universal when Styles put out the I'm Black single.
Yep.
They had it printed up, like, and the white guy come in, who the fuck is this? We can't shop this. Like, literally, like, while we there, it's like, he talking about, that's too conscious. That'll wake them up. I was like, you know what?
Said that?
I said, yeah. I said, I got to walk away from this meeting. Yeah, I got to walk away. So
that was
an
anvil.
Yeah, real talk. Like, I was there. Like, you know what I mean?
He
It's
said
like,
it in front of folk?
Yeah.
That he couldn't trust?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, I said,
but that's
how
bold
I had to
they is in
dismiss
them
myself.
offices.
Yeah, it's like,
they weren't ghosts.
You know what I mean? Like,
but mind you just made the call on it, and you ain't the fucking culture, but y'all making McDonald's and Sprite commercials with niggas fake rapping on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all want this bread. I can tell you exactly what makes sense and what don't. Styles has been doing it for 15 years at that point. And you gonna say what you can't market? Mm-hmm. Put it the fuck out. What did Styles teach you by that point? He did all them mixtapes with Big Mike, right?
Yeah.
You know what happened? Them Jones went bonanzas. Label ain't getting none of that shit. Big Mike probably rich now.
Right.
But like the label don't take advantage of the energy that they want because there's an agenda.
Yeah.
That shit is
Absolutely.
inflated.
Absolutely.
If you could blatantly say that's gonna wake them up,
yeah,
then these other niggas ain't been lying at all.
Well, you remember Lupe's
These ain't
song,
just conspiracy theories.
That song he had, and he made a signal like his
words I never
clown,
said.
His homies clown on like
Oh, you talking about what's his name?
I forgot the name of that. Yeah,
damn.
That's gonna wake him up, Lou. That's
Yep.
Yeah, he did, and that's my young boy. Like before he came out, you know what I mean. My man Esco, rest in peace. You know what I mean. He was bringing me Lupe, and I mean we was hanging out, driving around New York and everything. Cool young dude. You know, he grew up in that slum, so we vibed off of that. And last time I saw him, he did a show at the Troc, and we was in yeah.
I think if Lupe would have came out like around the time that Kendrick would have came out, he could have had
maybe
the Kendrick shot or the J. You know what I mean?
Because
I feel like if people would have understood, like I think Kick Push was a brilliant song for one. I also think it was
Superstar was too. He had some good.
But Kick Push put him in a box because people didn't understand who Lupe was through that song. So it was a great single. It should have probably been a follow-up single.
Why? Because it was like skater. Because it was like a skater type song.
It was perceived.
You think they
as
put him
a
like a
skateboard
Pharrell?
song.
You think they put him like a Pharrell box kind of like?
You had to really listen to it to see how he was flipping the entire thing.
Yeah, because Hurt Me Soul.
And how that had never been done before.
When he did Hurt Me Soul, that spoke to me. Yeah.
He got some tough
that
words
spoke
I
to
never
me.
said.
Yeah.
I play that shit in the bar
that's
religiously on the jukebox. Like he's had joints and I mean complete albums. The Cool.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
The Cool was tough.
But like this is Kendrick level. This is that brain type of shit. Yeah. But he introduced himself at a high level through something that was perceived as a skateboarder. Yeah. People don't realize, like they looking at him now playing with katana swords and thinking like, oh, he got money, so he's a ninja. Like, no, this nigga has been a whole gangster that been on some other shit and studied a lot of things his whole life.
Right.
Which is why his first, second, and third album was tough and y'all didn't catch it.
Right.
But it's just sad because it's like part of what people benefit from now, a lot of people lost through that. Like, I would have never fucked with a Wiz if I didn't smoke with my youngins the Cushion Orange Juice and then see a Wiz vlog and understand Wiz. And then that made me get like, all right, I fuck with him. Because he's not trying to be nothing other than him.
Yeah. Right.
And this is his vibe. And then I saw it's like that Jeezy line. I took a Gatorade break to get everything straight. Now I'm sitting here like, how much Gatorade make? How much money do it make? Take to make some more money.
Right.
I'm like, hold up. Wiz and Currency, at a time when everybody is saying you got to be a gangbanger, is saying that you could be Taylor Gang if you wear Chucks and smoke joints.
Right.
You could be Jet Life if you wear Jordans and smoke joints. these white people is now part of the gang without having to risk all the shit they gotta risk to be a Wayne fan.
I bought that.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people didn't even realize the lane. If the first currency show I went to, them white people had them motherfucking things in the air all night. They thought they was jets.
Right.
Like, they really think they're jets. And you know what? Nobody's gonna tell them they not. Not even him.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, that's what you want to build.
Chris, he was like, the kid. I remember hearing about him, but I went to his show up in Westchester in 2009. And Wiz never forgot me. I remember I got pictures of him and my daughter at Powerhouse together. So it was like, wow, you know what I mean? I'm proud of him because he really built this.
People don't realize what he's done.
Yeah.
This nigga signed Juicy J to 4 different deals. He got Juicy as an A&R, a producer, an artist, and like VP or some shit. Like, he got Juicy J, who is one of the most brilliant niggas we ever seen in this shit. But like, also what he's done for the last 10 or more years is he's been throwing his own shows. He's been headlining, but the person that's right before him is actually bigger acts than he is. I don't think people understand what that takes to be able to do that type of shit.
General.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, he really attacked the game and used everything to his strengths that he was supposed to. And like, you look at the relationship with him and Currency. They think the same. They operate the same. But they're two different people. Currency is still the laid back dude. Wiz is the rock star. Period. Since that time that they came out together and they both benefited from it, they have killed in their own lane separately. I don't see Currency looking at Wiz like, damn, I should have did the rock star shit.
Right.
No.
And that's what niggas got to get at.
Exactly.
You can't look at the success I made and be like, well, damn, I introduced him to that motherfucker. So, well, nigga, listen, what I owe you? Like, because that's crazy. What you want, 10%? Because we ain't made no money together. You just introduced me to some other people and I built other relationships.
You gave me the legs and I walked in them.
But that's my thing. Like, I got a homie, my right hand, E, and we've been throwing cookouts for the last 20 years together. And one thing we do, we bring a lot of people together. If I introduce you to somebody specifically for, like, you know, I think y'all got business that makes sense or personality that makes sense. After I introduce you, it's on you to build from there. I expect you to build from there because why
you
I
saw
introduced
like-mindedness right there.
That's why I actually feel bad when I don't. And she'll attest to this. I got a homie, Bug. Bug does a lot of work for Chester. You do a lot of shit with Jalil Beats and them.
Okay. And
I went to college with him. That's my brother. And her and Bug was supposed to meet for a long time. And one time they wound up at my event where one came early and one came late, but they would, like, at some point it intersected. But I was so busy on my hosting and I was probably drunk by then.
You still ain't me.
That a couple days later we was talking about, I'm like, and such came and Bug was there. She's like, hold up! Bug was there, you ain't introduced me to Bug as much as I was trying to fuck. And because they was supposed to discuss business and they had like talked online but never met in person, and I'm the common denominator. And I felt horrible, Rube.
I'm glad you did.
Because I'm like, yo, there's been so many times that they missed each other. This time they was there at the same time because they both support me, you know, at random shit. So it's been times that they've been at the same place, not at the same time. And this was the time that it overlapped and I fucked it up. I didn't do it and it was my fault. And I felt bad. Just like I feel if I missed your event and I said I was going to come. Yeah. If I said I was going to come, I have intentions on coming. If I miss it and somebody riding around with me and whatever we was doing ran over, I'm like, shit, I was supposed to go to Rube, John, man. That's crazy. They like, bro, you can't be at everything. But no, I said I was going to be there. My intention was to be there. And whatever ran over probably doesn't replace what me supporting you might have done for you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because I believe in, and it's not just you, it's just people that I support in general.
That's how you are.
I'm adamant about that shit. I'm adamant about that. I'm at a point finally where we always say shit like, I want my closet to be damn near black owned. I'm almost there now.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And it just comes because my people are making it easy. I like that shit. Send me that.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, I got cash app, whatever, how we got to do it. But I think that these things are important, man. And I think that, like we said earlier, when you're aware of what we're capable of, you fight for that shit. whether it's for you or not. If it's for somebody else, you like, I need to see this person win.
Right.
And I think people that don't apply themselves, they should do that all the more. Like, if you're not somebody that's chasing your dream, if you settle, when you see people chasing their dreams, you shouldn't hate on their dreams. You should try to support it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You breathe the same air as me. You can move forward with that.
Got the same 24 hours.
It goes to, again, you know what I'm talking about, because he said it earlier. I didn't really get a chance to jump on it, but again, full circle. You got the same 24 hours. You breathe the same air. It's just about your drive, your motivation, and what you're going to do with it.
Exactly.
Now, what's the end goal? Like, do you have one? Like, I know that we talking about brick and mortar soon, which is, that's major. But like, is we franchising this shit? Is we gonna sell the likeness? You gonna be in a supermarket? You know what I mean? Like that type shit. You gonna make a new hot sauce for Hot Ones?
Yeah, it's
like.
So I made an announcement. This is my first time. He actually put me out there first. My new partner, investor, Aaron Anderson. He's a young black millionaire that, you know, he all the business ventures that he have, like you see him. He came to my pop-up. He always come to my pop-up in different one of his fancy cars. He had second Street going crazy. He drove up in his Rolls Royce.
Shut Second Street down.
Yeah, like they was
block.
coming like, Rube, who's that? It's like, you know, I say he's just a rich Negro.
Yeah. Tell him, Rube.
Yeah, so, you know, we saw so much synergy. I actually met him a year ago around this time, and I was doing a catering job at the AKA in University City, the Tower, and he's a resident there, and next thing you know, he's coming, he's tasting my food that whole night, hooked to it, coming to all my pop-ups and all that. Like, and he stepped to me, he said, look, I want to invest in you. And it's just like the synergy happened. So he, you know, I don't know if you heard the original hot dog factory.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he owns that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's one that he owns a bunch of franchises in that.
Okay.
So we hooking up, and we're going, you know, we open up some brick and mortars, and we're going to franchise, you know, Big Rube's fried chicken.
Oh, look at you getting that exclusive.
Big Rube's cheesesteak.
Okay.
My breakfast.
My chicken sandwich.
Yeah, all that.
You want to get that chicken sandwich?
Yeah, all that encompasses.
Listen, I love this interview, but I can't wait to eat that joint.
No, like, to know that.
Take a bite while we on
I can't do it because I'm not going to stop, yo. I'm going to do it toward the end. After I do my spill, I'm going to do it. I'm going to definitely do it.
One thing that is dope, like, one day it'll pop up and you be like, damn, what I want to eat. You be like, let me check Rube page, see if he got a pop up.
He always say that, yo. We always.
And if you don't, it's like, damn, it's cool. But he said Thursday or Tuesday, whatever. But then, like, to know that you're going to be somewhere and know that, you know what I mean? Like, it's whenever.
Yeah.
Like, that's so hard. That's so dope.
Yeah, whenever you want to Rube.
And mind you, I drink and smoke. Yeah. So my hours fluctuate as to when I'm in the mood for the whole sandwich type grub. But like one thing that I want to do, and I have been talking to my people about this for a while. I ain't tell my family yet, but I do want to get you to cater something for my mom and them.
Okay.
Something light, but my mom brings a crowd, so it ain't that light.
Yeah.
She party harder than your boy.
Right,
I'm ready.
She party harder than your boy.
I'm
like,
ready. Yeah.
Ain't no party like a Linda party. But
Mom, you know I gotta be there.
We'll talk about it. We'll figure out when, and I'm gonna just do it just because we missed the birthday and the anniversary already. So fuck it. Let's just.
It is what it is. Let's go.
But we're gonna figure that out because she hasn't been able to make it. Cause she's one of ones. She wants to come when she could bring my dad.
Okay. All right.
And he work.
Okay.
So like they ain't been able to catch up to you. So we gonna figure out how to bring the experience to them.
Yeah, please.
But that's the kind of respect I got.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Mom just got to have some of that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's amazing. Like people that bring their parents and yeah, you know, it's just like. And one thing that I love from everybody tastes my food. For one, everybody come away and said, you put love behind it.
That's what I said earlier.
No hand. It's just like, that's a resounding statement. It's like, you cook with love.
Absolutely.
But even when you watch these cooking shows, these chef shows, they'll say to the person, like, it feels like you just made this. Like, it doesn't feel like you really put the, yeah. And they be talking about that love, but I have a theory,
you ain't put
too.
your foot in it.
Yeah. I got a theory, too, though.
I get that.
Like, I choose my soul food restaurants by, like, if I go in there and I see a lot of old black people in there, I'm eating there.
Okay.
Because old black people ain't like us.
Yeah.
If it ain't good as shit,
it's
like I'll make it myself.
Yeah, exactly.
They is not spending no money. They not waiting in line. They not going through none of that. They will spend that 35, 45 minutes doing their own thing. And they'll start some greens the night before.
Yeah.
Like, they not going through it. So that's like a testament that when you get old black folk that fuck with your black folk style cooking,
absolutely,
that mean that you doing something right. That mean that the love is in there because they know the difference. Niggas, I just gotta eat something real quick.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
People settle. Old black people don't settle for no food.
No,
man.
no.
It better be seasoned.
That's real talk.
And it better be made with some love.
Yeah,
with some love. No.
Like, I'm actually gonna be making biscuits every day for you when the Ghost Kitchen.
Talk that shit, Rube.
You gonna get.
What's the hours looking like?
It's gonna be 9 in the morning. I'm doing breakfast.
Okay.
That's why I was asking.
You missed my breakfast sandwiches.
So you doing the chicken and waffles again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
He had the sandwiches popping down 7th Street last couple weeks, man.
I can't wait. You heard that was November 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yo, hey, look, this for you. I'm in the building.
Yeah.
I did my hair today.
Yeah, so it's gonna be I'm ready for the challenge. It's like,
but you didn't finish. So 9 to what? What did you say?
9-11 p.m. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Man,
like you said your joints be all times
it's
a
all
day.
it's all it's gonna be all through the, like, you could pull up. It's 1308 Gerard.
Okay.
They have a spot that you can order right there, and they'll bring it out to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you can do that, but if
that's what's like right there at 13th and Gerard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
1308 Gerard. You'll
cool.
see it says Food Nest right there. So it's a lot of different restaurants.
I feel like I've seen it.
Ghost kitchens in there.
Right.
Yeah, it was wild when I was getting all my equipment put in there, and these guys, they got this barbecue spot. And I taught, and the guy, I was like, yeah, my fried chicken. So I get halfway down the hallway. I thought I knew that voice, Big Rube. Yeah, WIP, Big Rube's fried chicken. So I can't believe it. I can't wait to smell that chicken frying.
WIP play you every week.
Yeah, I'm on there tomorrow. Yeah, I'm on there tomorrow.
They play so constant.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's my 20-year relationship.
Wow. Again,
yeah.
All this is just like going back full circle from everything we talked
because
about.
I think it's important, and that's why we harp on it so much, because if you
Absolutely.
watch multiple episodes of this, there's a lot of people that's successful in different ways that all abide by the same shit. They understand the importance of cultivating relationships. They understand the importance of going beyond what people will necessarily follow you initially. But it's like what I tell a lot of young artists that's like, my homies is bullshit and I'm trying to make a movement. I'm telling them we got a movement. They ain't trying to. And I'm like, you got to move first.
Mm-hmm.
People got responsibilities, baby moms, jobs, school, whatever they got going on.
Everybody ain't leaders either. A lot of people are followers.
And you can't even tell a nigga that if he put 2-3 people in the car to ride to the show that you getting gas money yet. Mm-hmm. And he might need that to go to the show.
Yep.
Right.
He might want to support you. And another thing is, and you're good at this, you give them different price points to support you at. Different ways to support you. Like I say, like with artists in general, for instance, you got your digital that you can sell. You have your merch. You have other ways that you can. You have your shows and things like that. Yeah. That people that can't support you this way might can support you that way. They might can support you that way. They might buy a T-shirt just because they want to spend some money with you, even though they don't wear T-shirts. Yeah. But if you give them ways to support you, it opens up for you. And you can't be resentful when you're not providing enough opportunities for enough people to get access to ways to help you.
Right.
Yeah, so I preach that. And I think that those things are important. I think that to see more than just us say it is important. Yeah. It's very important because it's not our thing. It's a real thing. People have figured out shit in the darkest tunnels by living by these things.
Well, your greatest creativity come a lack thereof. Like, so if any of y'all watching, y'all Google, well, I'm pretty, the schooling. Yeah, y'all heard of Eli Whitney, right?
Absolutely.
So they credit him for the cotton gin, but when you use your mind, it's like, hold hold up, how can a plantation owner from Connecticut come up with something to make my ancestors work easier?
Right.
So, and this came out, you can Google it. The enslaved, our people, created that cotton gin. He just made up, he stole a patent, stole it and created a patent. And like, so the people that owned the plantation that he was going down a so-called vacation in North Carolina to see, he stole it off of that enslaved black person.
It was making it easier for them to do
exactly.
what they was doing.
Exactly.
It
so
didn't
why would
make
you
it
make something
easier,
easier from that?
But
like,
it didn't make it easier. The intention was to make it easier. It actually ramped up the need for production.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But
now we have an easier way to clean it.
Yeah.
We need more cotton.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the brilliance came from us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The ingenuity. I mean, we're born engineers.
Yeah. When they stole us, they stole scientists, doctors, engineers. You know, they didn't.
They just stole everybody.
Yeah.
They were just enslaved in a different way.
Exactly.
They was put somewhere else to produce.
Like is no almanac, is no the
foresight.
Whole this judging the observing the seasons without Benjamin Banneker.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Philly. 11. I always tell people, you want to know who you are, just go to 11th and Lombard and just sit there. I said, your DNA is going to speak to you. The fact that this great man that surveyed and architect Washington, D.C., that clock that's in London is named after him.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us don't know that.
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Because what? He created the first clock here.
Yep.
And out of respect, they
Absolutely.
honored him over there. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
Even though they racist over there.
Yeah, they're racist everywhere, though.
But they give up the prize like this. It's like there's no Rolling Stones and Beatles and the Animals without Temptations,
Absolutely.
Muddy Waters and all. But they spoke it like, oh, I got that from him.
Mm-hmm.
I got, you know what I mean? They like.
But you don't hear that though.
Elvis and Elvis when he about to die. Oh yeah, I used to sneak in the black side of the town in Memphis, and I watched them. Yeah, and
black people knew that the whole time.
The Colonel stole Big Mama Thornton and Little Richard songs and gave it to me.
I was gonna bring up Little Richard earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So
when you brought Chuck Berry, I was gonna bring up Little Richard. I was gonna bring that up earlier.
Yeah, so that's.
You see so many spawns of Little Richard right now.
Absolutely.
You see his influence to this day.
No doubt.
To this day. And it's crazy because history doesn't really put him in the proper scope either. Because, he was so flamboyant that's all they want to tell you about. Yeah. They don't explain the other things.
Isn't it interesting, though, before he passed, that he,
Yeah. He
just changed his whole perception. He brought everything to light.
Because he said, I cooned for y'all, but, well, this is the reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He said it. He's like, they wouldn't put me on stage if I didn't feminize myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I didn't do this, you know what I mean? Because an alpha black male, they were scared of.
Mm-hmm.
They chased Nat King Cole out of Alabama and Mississippi because of what? The same thing that Elvis was accepted and they loved him for it. He did that in front of an audience of white folks.
Exactly.
And I mean, a lynching party came after Nat Cole.
Because
Absolutely.
It's fair to black penis.
Yeah.
Our women might like that shit.
Yeah.
And once that happens, man, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because at the end of the day, man, that shit ain't did nothing but fuck shit up. They ain't benefited from it. It didn't win any wars. Like, ultimately, we still stand that in a few years, most of the country is going to
and we
like
in the same
war.
war.
Yeah.
Somebody our shit.
But did y'all see the opening monologue to Bill Burr on Saturday Night Live?
I liked it.
And he kept it plain. Everything he said was spoke. He spoke truth to power.
And you know what's crazy? He went light.
Yeah.
They don't realize that's what he do all the time, but he go way harder than that.
I'm like really looking at my
He caught all that backlash and it's like, yo, he ain't even say this shit.
I can't stay away from him.
Yeah,
he said just enough for y'all to be comfortable with it.
Yep. He kept it.
But the funny thing is, they said he talked about white women, privileged white women hijacking the BLM movement. He said then a bunch of privileged white women jumped up and started talking about how they were being marginalized by what he said. That was the craziest shit ever. Like, do you realize you are admitting like, how you doing? I'm Karen. Like you volunteering to be Karen. We didn't even know. We didn't even know.
Right.
We didn't care. You were a nobody.
That's what's been more
But
prevalent.
now you're outraged. That makes you Karen.
But that's what's been so prevalent in the past 4 years, though. That's been so prevalent. I mean, I don't know if they've been unintentional with it like that, but just the highlight and just more of the outcome and the forthcoming of it.
Ignorance, which is the irony of them wanting to have control over the word nigga. Nigga just means ignorant person.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to highlight somebody that's not of color that is one, to be honest. I can't wait till
down there, if you visit the South with my mother's side of my family.
Guess what?
No, but I mean, like,
it's
that's
more prevalent there again.
Yeah, it's like they let you know. They call each other, and he's even in the movie Roots when Chuck Connors, Chicken George dad, when he was drunk. He just sold nigger cracker. Remember, he said it.
He said it himself.
He said that. You know what I mean? Because that was the lowest of the low.
But I just bought somebody today. I just definitely bought it forth to somebody that was in this, well, not this area, but in our limits. And they wasn't down the South, but I definitely had to let them know what a nigger was and that they were a nigger and that they are not black.
Well, but
because he's uneducated, because they were ignorant and they were uneducated. And I had to let them know
around
that.
here, traditionally, as we talk when I came, this is Irish Polish. So when they got here, they were relegated just like us. It's like, because under really white, and I spoke upon on somebody Facebook Live, white is a privilege in America that only afforded to Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Sure, absolutely.
Like, so if you are ethnic European, you're not white.
Sure, absolutely.
They made them white in 1943 under a legislation.
Right.
So if you're Italian, you're anything other than from a British background.
Why, Rube? Why they made them white? Because the poor people had the same shit in common, and it was against the rich people. And them motherfuckers said, "Why y'all against us? Y'all white too. They the ones taking your jobs. They the ones stealing your houses." What does that sound like?
Sure, absolutely.
Something we heard 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly. But guess what? I'm talking about a white, I don't know where he's from, but he's a white doctor. He's privileged, he's well off, and he doesn't live in a city.
Once you find
Messa. His last name is Messa. Messa. I don't remember what I don't know. I don't know what it is. My point is, so I didn't care about that. My whole point is he's well off, he's established. He doesn't live in the city limits, and he's a doctor. And I let him know what he was, like, because you're not going to say, I told you about this before, when he said that only the black people, when I went through the turnpike, only the black toll takers had gloves on. And I'm like, first of all, how many tolls did you go through? Because you can only go through one lane. There's 10 lanes. Yeah. First of all. So you're passing judgment.
Gloves lane to lane.
My point. Second of all, I feel like that's hygienic. I feel like they were practicing good hygiene. So the fact that you said they had gloves on make no sense at all. So my point is you're ignorant. And this is my example to you of why you are a nigger. That was my whole example. Like one of many. But I just want to make the point of that. It's not by color. It's not by any of that. It's about lack of education.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the harder you fight to remain ignorant.
Sure, because I argue with him about life.
That's what's astounding.
Ain't that, it's crazy. People...
Like, the shit is out here. It's on the table. Look, it's right there. That's purple. That's blue. That's green. That's red. You keep trying to tell me that's yellow?
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Like, we can't keep doing this. Like, you're fighting for that, which means that comes from a different place. That's like when they say men buy certain cars to make up for insecurities and lack thereof. Right. When you fight so hard against something, then you're fighting to cover up some other shit.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me.
But how don't judge a book by its cover. Like, you can't do that anyway. Like, let's get to know what the whole person or situation is. Like,
all of us.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
That takes effort, and most people don't want to do that.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, guess what? I can't not put the effort in because I feel like I can't make any educated decision or thought by guessing.
But I think that's what pisses me off about I guess you could call it social media group thought. It's lazy.
It's the masses.
Oh yeah,
it's lazy. It's the laziest shit in the world. It's like
sheeps in the herd.
It's like, what can I say that'll cause the most drama and give me the less amount of work to do? If I say, well, don't nobody never say nothing when we killing each other, then I ain't gotta show up and help the people that's marching year round trying to fix that problem. I could just ignore them.
Yeah.
Because if I act like I don't know about them, then I don't feel guilty for not helping. But I can say the same common shit that everybody's saying and be a part of the conversation. Well, that's lazy as fuck.
And it was called conjecture, and that's what a lot of us deal with. It's like, conjecture. The definition is you're speaking on something when you don't know the whole
background.
Yeah, exactly. You just Well, and then they bring in emotion, because I said this on my Facebook earlier. I said why most of us, we bring conjecture. We deal with things emotionally, and tactical is how you come to a solution.
And guess what? They also say that's a sign of a hypocrite, because if you go ahead and pass on information that you don't know the credibility of it, that's dangerous.
We all we got these in our hand, and most people, they won't Yahoo or Google the facts. It's like,
or look at the credibility. They may Google, but look at the credibility of the places that you get your information from. True. And as a person in media, like, I find the challenge with, like, I'm really challenged, and I'm forged with the responsibility to highlight and publicize truthful information that's not only positive but in truth, right? Yeah. But when you have somebody who has the attention of the masses, who constantly say there is fake news, let's be clear. But you have to check the credibility of the people that in the places that you're getting your information from, right? Absolutely. And I'm charged with that responsibility. Like, everything that you see on OnTheSceneMagazine.com, check it out. Has definitely been fact checked. It's positive. It's not without. There's definitely truth to it. Yeah. And I think we're having somebody in a position of power who lends that connotation to fake news is a problem. There is fake news, but you got to know who is the fake news and who's credible. Like that. That's what I'm challenged with right now. That's what I'm challenged with.
Well, the idiot just attributes fake news to whatever news he doesn't like.
True.
And it sets a narrative, and people always say, well, everybody know he dumb, and whoever like him. People don't realize how much influence that position holds.
And going to what we were just talking about, absolutely. If you know what I mean? If you don't know what you following and you just follow
over the ledge.
There you go. You on a cliff, you out.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, like, I think maybe Charlamagne said it first, or somebody might have said it before him. Like, this country got what this country deserved. Not saying that all these people should have died in the pandemic, but, like, we were so arrogant as a country that you voted in the fucking Apprentice.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? Like this country just gonna run itself. We might as well just have him up there.
But guess what?
As the face. Like, that was like, the arrogance of that is like, if it wasn't hell, we'd have never learned from this shit.
But guess what? Going to both of our quotes and our quotes earlier, just because something is there doesn't mean you have to do it. Like, for instance, Miami nightclubs are open till 5 a.m. Because it's open, does that mean you have to be there and do it?
I've been holding flight tickets for the last 9 months.
I know you have.
Since 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's longer than that, because
7
we had
months,
stuff.
Yeah.
But my whole point is, just because something is there doesn't mean you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're forged again with the responsibility to be thinkers, to think of our own, and do what we think is best for us.
That's the responsibility of knowledge. That's why ignorance is bliss, and that's why people fight so hard to be ignorant. Yeah, and that's what's so fucked up. Wow. That's what's so fucked up. Because, me and Rube understand exactly what you're saying, and we operate that way. But at the same time, we're forced to deal in the world with people that we still haven't explained that to, that feel like they're accomplished people and don't get it, like, that you're your own worst enemy.
Absolutely.
You're holding yourself back. Like, the man is one thing, but at the same time, so is the man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. And people will fight against the man to keep
the man
and you to death. And that's why I said about, like, the time period of, like, where our elders came from and the things that they did and they accomplished. They didn't strive to do it. They did it.
They did it.
Man. And we know it's power in words.
With all this pandemic shutdown, I never waver. And people call and check up on me and all that. It's like, when I know how long it took my grandparents in 1945 after the war, when my grandfather was threatened to get lynched because he had his uniform on, and how they had to go through the sundown law to get up here from South Carolina,
right?
And you think this? I'm like, this a walk in
You
the
talk.
park.
You talk about real life.
Yeah, exactly.
War at home type shit.
Moving on 20th and Bainbridge with my great uncle and aunt. You know what I mean? And building from there because he was supposed to get the GI Bill with all soldiers, but it took him 10 years to get it. Yeah.
They ain't get it.
Yeah, it took the black soldiers 10 years.
And a lot of them was gone by then or gone by then.
Right.
So, you know, to hear those real stories, like, you know, my grandfather being one of the few black cab drivers, less than a handful of black cab drivers in the city in 1947 when Jackie Robinson joined. They got off 30th Street. They said, well, meet us at the ballpark, Jackie. You're on your own. You couldn't stay with the team in the hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing about it is,
imagine the contrast, though. The one black cab driver, where the cab drivers, as we know it, is the one job that minorities rule.
Right. These days.
Immigrants rule.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Today.
Like a majority of the cab drivers that we know that drive licensed taxi cabs, they're Muslim, a lot of them. And I mean, like, they come from Muslim countries.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, there was a time where there was 1 or 2 black cab drivers.
That's crazy.
It just explains, like, and I'm not saying that it's unfathomable to me, but I don't think people understand that shit. What we talking about, what we still fighting for, where you putting your energy at, as opposed to pushing.
But
the
it's
rock
also
up
interesting
the hill.
because it shows
because it's a boulder we pushing uphill.
The people, like, it shows you because we were struggling at that point to get where we weren't, right? And foreigners come here to get where they not, right?
Yeah.
So,
but that's why we don't beef with them. We learn from them. You live in
better.
Southwest Philly. You know a lot about Africans and Haitians and different kind of people. You live in New York. You learn about each other cultures in them projects and in them bodegas and all them stores. Everybody has their flags when you walk in there.
Yeah.
You know what they represent. The music, the prayers. You hear it. You get some of that culture when you're on the bottom together. That's why they made everybody white. You had to split that shit up.
Yeah, it is.
Because we respect each other. We don't have the problem like that. The crime is going to happen to the people that you closest to, between the people that you closest to, no matter where you're
Kill
at.
where you
right.
live.
But when you really talk about it, you talk to people that really want to have real conversations, they'll tell you the influences that they got from being next to people that was in the same position
absolutely.
That don't come from nothing like what they mom, dad, and granddad came from.
I was telling Sam, my father grew up around here. It was called Jewtown.
Yep.
Yeah, he grew up around here, and you know what I mean. It was a little small pocket of black people, but they all got along. I was like, and you know, me being young, it's like, y'all facing nah. We was cool. These was, you know what I mean, German and Polish immigrants that we got along, and
they was at the bottom too.
Yeah,
they was trying to figure some shit out too.
Yeah. Like,
and if we needed, if you had a loaf of bread and I had some turkey sausages, then we got a sandwich. Like that's just the shit that happens when you being
community.
Neighbors.
That's community.
That's what I was about to say. Like, people live next to each other. Don't nobody know how to be neighbors no more. And it's weird as hell. Because who the hell you think is watching your crib? But the motherfucker that
I do.
That old lady that been stalking
my neighbor
crib.
been in the hospital. I only been in my house for listen. You know, I only been in my house for a year. My neighbor been in the hospital. She had like a brain tumor aneurysm. But anyway, we cut her grass.
She out the county.
Okay.
Yeah, we cut her grass, all that. Like, I make sure that I still instill that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really important to me. Like
I said, when I was running around doing shit I wasn't supposed to do, I couldn't see an older person trying to get shit from the car or whatever. Or
definitely took my grandma home
without speaking to him. Like, I didn't understand how just because you live a certain lifestyle that you don't account for the people that's around you that have nothing to do with what you got going on. Because you rather this person pull you to the side and say, young man, instead of picking up the phone,
what you don't see.
Instead of picking up the phone and calling somebody on you. You know what I mean? Even if they say you can't do that around here.
Right.
At least they told you.
Exactly, absolutely.
At least they told you.
But community is different these days.
So
community is so
don't
different.
Lose
Family is
community
different.
because you think you walk in a certain walk. And I know the mentality changes. Like, it's stressful to be in the streets. It's stressful to live certain lifestyles. But realize that nobody else around you signed up for that shit that is not involved in what you're doing. And the community matters.
True. It
fucking matters. And you should always be looking for your quickest way out of positions like that.
True.
Always. Always. Because, like, now, I'm doing a lot of things that I feel good about. I want to do more, bigger, better things. I want to be able to influence more people. I want to be able to help with more community things.
You will.
And I've been blessed to be able to do the amount of things that I have been, especially for the community. I've been, like, tagged in them literally. Like, tag, just come through. And it's like, I can show up and be like a real influence to what's going on. God damn it, I'm gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? But like, I remember those times. Like, I remember when N1, you might remember this. Remember when N1 started? Yeah, they was going park to park.
I remember.
And they was having like, y'all shoot foul shots and you get some shorts or get a t-shirt or whatever, right? And then they signed all of the Roughnecks. They signed Latrell. They signed Steph. They signed the people Nike wouldn't sign. Adidas wouldn't sign. Like, people don't give them credit for that. Steph had some of the illest sneaks, even though the silver ones faded when they got wet. But because I bought them. But like, the way that they attacked it, this was something that started as a class project, I believe. Yeah, they was got alumni support, and they went straight to the streets. And if N1 would have had the foresight of an Under Armour, you see what I'm saying?
Or the equity.
Yeah, the equity, like this, like, and I'm not gonna blame it on possibly the equity, but they were doing it the way that like we could relate. Like, that touched, like, I remember when they gave out them shorts and shit. And I remember like I was like, shit, I'm on my end. But
shout out to Steph and Starberry too. Because Starberry was all that too. Like, that was a whole good movie.
That was
a movement.
But like, I remember how they marketed, and it was like, nowadays, that's what's missing. Yeah. It's people that's, but one thing that Under Armour did, that's what guerrilla marketing still exists. I preach that. But one thing that Under Armour did that is highly respectable, they laid roots in Baltimore. And they hired a lot of ex-convicts and felons.
Right.
And they trained them. And they did a lot for the community. You can watch till this day. You'll see people from Baltimore, even on TV, that got money with an Under Armour hoodie or some shit on.
They right there on the water.
And I remember when they started, because I lived out there.
They right there on the water.
Out there when they started.
To me early when they was building.
Remember the We Must Protect This House commercial? Mm-hmm. My man was in it that I used to smoke with every day. Mm-hmm. He used to be on the football team in Morgan. He got an opportunity to be in the commercial. He was one of them. He was one of them. All right. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. But they was basically making draws. They was making spandex shit to wear under your pad.
Diversified, absolutely.
Fast 4 years later, I get a job. I'm training for the assistant kitchen manager position at Chipotle, and I'm at that gig, and this white guy walk in. They look like they came from the gym, but one of them had on these high tops, and they like basketball sneaks, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they was Under Armours, and I mean, they fly to any Steph's I ever seen,
right?
But like, they was like, oh shit, they turned that corner, and now they're not out the conversation. When they sign a Steph, they sign Steph after that. Right. But when they sign somebody like they're you'd be surprised. You look up in 5-10 years, they'll be neck and neck with everybody else that matters on certain sport fronts. Because in sneakers, certain people control soccer, certain people control track, basketball, shit like that. You can wedge your way in if you do your business right. Mm-hmm. But they did the street thing too. They just did it in a different way and probably with a different equity.
And it was interesting. Remember the flack that Steph got when he signed with Under Armour too, though?
Yeah, I mean the same shit. What's the name?
He got a lot of flack for that.
That New Balance and them New Balances still look like New Balances.
I just remember that he got a lot of flack for that. So it was just interesting.
Boy, James Worthy wore New Balances. It was all like
microphone.
New Balances was definitely decent when I was little.
You heard the Spot Built? It was a sneaker called Spot Built. With Saucony, that was like...
Right, okay.
I like Saucony.
But Saucony tough. New Balance was tough, though, in the 80s, though. Oh, yeah. New Balance was definitely tough. Cool. Remember they said the patches that you could change? Can you used to change the patches and join?
Like the Lottos. Yeah, but Karl Malone had Apexes, and they sold them in Payless.
Yeah, he did.
He had Apexes, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't that young. I've been on my sneaks a long time.
Right.
But no, like, it's crazy because I feel like this is just a culture episode. We got to get
for the culture. He said it like 5 times.
We got to get a lot off about Rube. We got to have a great conversation.
Sure,
with
absolutely.
Rube and learn a lot about Rube. But I feel like a lot of our interest solely is on the preservation and the cultivation of what we were endowed into.
Yeah,
sure.
We fell into this shit. We was blessed to born at the right time, right place, right set of mentors.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a blessing.
Right.
And one thing that I say all the time to people, like, because I appreciate that people appreciate what I do when I can lend my efforts to what they're doing. But when people ask me why or how or what makes me do it, it's like I'm still paying my life forward.
Right.
No doubt.
And I feel like I'm going to die doing that because people have no idea that I wouldn't have made it 38 years old if it wasn't for a lot of people's situations and circumstances that I may or may not have deserved to be in, but they made sure I was good.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And I mean, from blessings, some things get you through life, some things get you through moments, some things make you have a good time. All of that shit counts, and
no doubt,
me being here today.
Divine intervention.
But I mean, I've known people 19, 20 years, and they've done little things for me, and I know somebody for 19, 20 days.
Right.
And they've done something that person hasn't been able to do 20 years for me or didn't take the initiative to do. So that's something that's like, that was a blessing for real. Because that person fell in at a time to do that. And they took it upon themselves to do that. I don't ask for much. You know what I mean? I like to pay my way. Like I say, I don't fix shit. I pay somebody, so I got somebody to complain to.
Yeah.
I don't like to be mad at me.
But when I was young, that's another tip that I give y'all. My grandmom, she used to give me a certain allowance. Like, yeah, do this thing. So she always told me, she said, you're going to get paid with your brain. I couldn't understand it. It's like, I give you $10. You done brokered a deal, give somebody $3 to do the work I paid you for, and you kept $7.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But what do you have to do in the kitchen besides delegate responsibility?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And what can you do? You can get your cousin that say, Rube, you said you wasn't short. I'm going to come help you. And you can tell her exactly how to run her section of the kitchen.
Right.
You learn how to delegate responsibility. Yeah. And you learn how to accept that that's a part of life.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to be the man.
Yeah.
The team.
It's about the team. We said that earlier, too.
Yeah.
You only got 24 hours in the day. Fuck having the same 24. You only got 24. If you can make the most out of that 24.
Sure, absolutely.
Bro, you can break it up amongst 3 people.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a great day.
I just literally said that I'm using
got
my
a great
time more
day.
wisely.
No, this is an awesome talk, bro.
Absolutely.
We said before y'all got here that we knew this was going to be a 2-hour pod. We usually do an hour, maybe a little over. But I didn't want to cut short any of your wisdom or your legacy. And she never gets to talk to you. You see what I'm saying?
It was definitely a pleasure.
And you enjoyed the flavors.
Absolutely.
One of my quotes and everything, when I expand so much, like, I might not be here, but my flavors will.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's heavy.
Yeah.
But like when you bottled up and everybody's shit with your own sauce, bro, like, do you know how major that is?
Yeah, it's.
Do you understand, just the request, just the interest of like, no, I need your flavor on my side.
It's
at a restaurant.
Yeah, it astounds me because I remember I shipped 3 cases to Belgium of baby mama sauce. I had a lady that lives on Fernine right there where my kitchen is now, 2nd Street. She she came and bought some sandwiches last week. She said, "You got any baby mama sauce? I'm all out." You know what I mean? Because I haven't really been selling anything because I haven't got any my labels made. So I'm actually getting delivered tomorrow. But yeah, and it was like, but I bottled her up, and then because she bought so many bottles that she showed me a picture that she put her plants in. And everything, so I was like, "Wow!" And and I bottled up.
That's
for
so
her
hard.
And gave it to her. It's like, "Thank you so much." And she was telling me all the stuff that she puts it on, and it's like I'm melting at the same time. It's like, wow, this is.
Bro, I done made chicken cheesesteaks with your sauce.
Right.
Yeah.
You know how you make the chicken breast?
Yeah.
I done woke up the next day, chopped that bitch up, poured the baby mama sauce on, threw it in the joint. nigga.
Yeah,
Asser.
it's amazing.
Asser. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I keep it G with you. I done it. Done it all. Done it all.
Because I came up with, and this is how I came up with it, is like, okay, I was going on WIP, and I had the day before, I had, you know, my ingredients, the peppers and all that. So I made it within a little over a day, and I was like, wow. Then the reception from there, and literally like, what you gonna call it? It's like baby mama sauce, because the way it tastes, I was like, well, she came in my life sweet and she left hot. So it was just like, so all my homegirls, that's funny. But Rube, why you said, I said, so I'm watching a movie with Tina Fey and Amy, her friend, and they call it baby mama. It's like, that's our vernacular, that's our culture.
That's the shit. And baby mama is the shit.
They appropriated that, but I said, our vernacular, that gets translated to the world. I said, I'm gonna own this.
Word.
So they was like,
that's dope.
Oh, now I see that.
That's some Mr. T shit.
My daughter, she like, did you name that after my mom? Oh, yeah.
That's funny. But that's some Mr. T shit, because they said Mr. T named himself Mr. T, so that white folks had to call him Mr.
Well, I have two cousins. My great uncle, he named his children. I got two cousins, brother. Sir? No, that Mr. Both of their names is Mr. Their last name is Dawkins. So, and
you
he
gotta
said
call him
that,
Mr. Dawkins.
You gotta call him Mr. Dawkins. He said that.
I got a little cousin named Prince.
Grandmother's brothers.
Something.
Mr.
But his
Dawkins.
first name is Prince.
Yeah.
You're going to address him as such.
Yeah.
Period. And it's crazy because he used to have a long mane with the one ponytail. Like, it looked like Zamunda. like it was funny. But
it's amazing.
No, we are what we are. We need to take pride in that. We got to celebrate that at every moment. But we also have to unify. We have to protect ourselves. And we have to stop pushing these wild narratives that they're feeding us. It's sickening.
Yeah.
It's sickening.
True.
It's really ridiculous.
That they said, and it's the other
black women don't, black men don't, black people don't. Mm-hmm. Who told you that?
Right.
You telling me about black on black crime? Somebody taught you that.
Yeah, exactly.
You
think killing Italians in Italy tonight?
Right.
You gonna get mad? You gonna get mad at a black for practicing Christianity because you gonna say it was taught to him through slavery, but you're repeating shit to us as if it's biblical that they taught you.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the difference between you and them? Mm-hmm. The way that you perceive them, I should say.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me that they're wrong for believing in something that you're saying that they was taught by them when you're riding and dying for this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That they remixed and gave you another way to get it. They gave you a meme. They didn't give you a book. They gave you a meme because they know you ain't read books. They like, y'all ain't reading books. Let's give them a couple lines to run with. Catchphrase.
Like, you know, we run with that narrative, Uncle Tom.
Right.
She got to bite the sandwich before we get off.
You see, I'm getting here. I'm like, yo, I'm about to get into my sandwich. I'm trying to behave.
Uncle Tom, if you read the book,
he was the good guy. Exactly.
But they done changed it around. Sambo was the bad guy.
Right.
All my life, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, why you? No, he's not on. He's a Sambo.
He's definitely a Sambo.
I couldn't wait. Like, I was trying to wait, but I can't wait. I can't. I really can't wait.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
Listen, I couldn't wait.
It ain't easy to sit front that big Rube.
Listen,
man.
This was like.
Yes.
Listen.
It's hard to eat with the cameras on.
All right.
No,
it's not.
But no. So what you saying about it?
Yes.
What you saying about it?
Listen.
Listen.
This joint here. I told him I wasn't gonna smack in the mic, so I'm gonna let y'all know this joint. I'm gonna leave it right here, not here. Here, that joint's all that.
Say that.
OG.
The old jizzle, man. Casuals.
The OG for the OG, you heard?
Yes.
Casuals.
Young lady.
Macking and cracking. He got everything. Chocolate chip cookies.
I am.
Yes.
Getting a lot more bites, trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, we about to have fun once we cut this off.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to get her because she told you on camera that she was going to do it on camera. We had to make sure she held it down.
Yeah.
My homie ain't play pimping.
I told y'all once I started, I wasn't gonna stop too.
No, that's what you said. That's what you said. No, but we
how
rocking.
That flavor hit? Tell him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him nice.
Gorgeous. Talk to him gorgeous.
This drink right here, I'm trying to be a lady. Like, I'm really.
I'm trying to be. When they eating, they say, I'm trying to be a lady. Woo.
Listen, this joint right here, you better holler at Chef Rube. I'm trying to tell you. November 1st or before.
Yeah, Chef Big Rube on Instagram. Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah, so that, I give you all.
The sauce is dope, too. This sauce is real good.
Thank you. My process, I brine the chicken. That's halal chicken. I brine it for 48 hours, and so that the flavors marinate and all in there.
A whole 48. Yeah. That's love right there.
Yeah, so I use unbleached flour, you know what I mean, with my spices, you know what I mean. I do a organic egg wash, and then put in my spices, my dredge, and I fry it, on 300 degrees. And
you gonna give them all of it? You said they still ain't gonna be able to do it like me. Bet you can't do it like me.
Right?
Bet you can't do it like me.
I gotta get this right here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's like this. It's like especially with superior ingredients. Like, I know most people won't use, because the price differential for me for unbleached flour and the halal chicken, that's a whole different price point.
Yep.
When you can get, like, my price per pound is 50% more for halal chicken.
Absolutely.
A lot of people,
minimum.
I know there's a customer base that love a superior,
absolutely,
more premium product, and I cater to that customer, and that's where you get that comeback flavor. Because that's what my grandma always said, you got to give them comeback flavor.
Now, I ain't going to lie to you. He ain't making Poppy store sandwiches.
Not at all.
No. You ain't going to run out of there with a $5, $7 sandwich.
No.
But I have never, and I paid before and I paid after, I have never scrunched my face up when that man told me how much my meal cost. It was always reasonable and exactly what it was fucking supposed to be.
That's what you want.
I know y'all see me.
And you tell me if I'm lying.
That toasted part, that's garlic butter
so
that I toasted it on the grill on both sides. So in and out. That's garlic butter right there.
You was talking gorgeous. He talking kinky.
I literally can't stop.
Rube just started talking nasty on him.
I'm trying to stop. I can't stop being on camera. Like, I don't want y'all to. I can't stop.
No, she said that. You heard her say that earlier. Like, I don't want to start Rube. And she wasn't trying. She was being honest. You see, she's keeping it funky with you. But no, this my.
Go in.
I'm such a lady, but listen.
Nah, but it's been a ball, and Rube, you always welcome. We'll have you back. Next developments, please let us know. Even if you can't make it, send us a flyer and we'll promote it. Make sure that you're good. But I just want the people to take care of you like you took care of us.
Thank you.
But let the people know where and how and what.
Yeah. So now you can follow me at Chef Big Rube on Instagram and see all my updates where I'm at. But like I said, November 1st, I'm going to open up a ghost kitchen at 1308 Girard. And you'll see it, like, if you go on Grubhub, Uber Eats, and all the other ones that they have out there. When you punch in Big Rube's fried chicken, you know what I mean? You're going to see my whole entire menu. You'll be able to, click on there. And I'm new to the app thing. I ain't going to lie. This is all new to me, but, you be able to go on there and get your order on, and it's coming at you.
Word. That's what it is. I appreciate you. Now, I owe Poe this. Poe, you got one question to ask Big Rube, because you already.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Come on.
I don't think I got one.
You got one? All right, well, tell me what you want to tell me.
I'm still in fan mode.
Appreciate you.
I'm going to just sit here and enjoy the ambiance. Go looking for the OG sandwich, too.
No doubt.
Go looking for the jerseys, too, and the whole culture shock and all that other cool shit.
See, he got something to say.
Yeah. I mean, whatever your wildest question, just throw it out.
Like, see, the logo, part of the reason he the logo is because he be low-key. He fly his shit, so Flyboy Friday logo, that's what you get. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, he don't like being on these things.
All right.
But what he did say, and he gave you one. He said, I'm still in fan mode.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like this he ain't one of them.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, matter of fact, thank you for the Jersey game and the da-da-da-da-da. Like, he knows your history that much that I was like, I'm going to give him one. But I knew he probably wasn't going to talk.
Yeah.
But I fuck with him all the time.
No doubt.
We start every Friday with about 3 to 5 words from him in the intro, and then we don't see him no more.
All right, I got you. He's an introvert. You know,
yeah, but he's a creative. He's heavy on the fashion scene. He's done all of the Flyboy Friday merch recently. We've had everything, the Champion collabs, the Gap collabs, the Dickies, the T-shirts, it's jerseys coming soon. Like, probably be out by the time this episode drop. Like, he's the brain, he's the master of all of that shit, and he helps the ship stay afloat when we on air. But he ain't big on this time. But Saf, tell him something.
So, you can find me on thescenemagazine.com. We just dropped a lot of information. Got some more coming by the time you see this. So, onthescenemagazine.com for your positive platform from everything from entertainment to education. Holla at your girl.
Word. Salute to the both of you. I had a fucking ball. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I know it hurt to watch Saf eat, but he told you where you can get your own.
I tried to warn you.
And I also dropped a couple times that he caters. Get witty while he can, because in a minute.
Yeah, authentic black folk food. You know what I mean? Like, take this away. I'm gonna have it, and I'm brand. Like I said, I brand a law firm name. Mitchell Ness, a worldwide brand. Mm-hmm. And, think about it. If you close your eyes, it sounds like a law firm. Mm-hmm. So you would never say Southern or soul food in the next couple of years. You're going to just come
Black
off
folk cooking.
Black folk cooking. That's it.
That shit.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, let's go.
Just like if you want to eat linguine, you call that Italian food. Mm-hmm. You want to eat sushi, Japanese. So when it comes to our culture, fried chicken, you know what I mean? Collard greens, mac and cheese, the list goes on. You say, I'm going to get me some black folk cooking.
And that's what it is, man. And I'm going to be here to see it and high five you and salute you at every other point along the way, man. Just keep me posted. Let me know what's clicking.
So, Ian.
But check us out every Thursday, man, 4 p.m. Like I say, I love happy hour. I control happy hour. Every Thursday, 4 p.m., SippinWitSammie podcast. We're Saf most of the time. So if you don't like me, she's cute. But I also Flyboy Friday Radio every Friday 4 to 6 p.m. on Glocawear Radio, the best happy hour in the world on the greatest station in the nation. Flyboy Friday Radio on Glocawear. We gonna figure out a way to get my man Chef Big Rube through there, and we gonna have some food there too. Fuck it. I don't know if it's gonna be a pop up or if we just gonna give out samples, but we gonna give y'all a little taste of what my man bringing to the table. We gonna work that out soon. So just stay tuned, man. I just want everybody to know about the good energy that my network provides and that my people are doing out here, because I don't want to hear no excuses in the future. I just want y'all to win. And that's it, man. Like I said before, and I ain't said it in a while, it's okay to not be okay. It's all right. It's fine. Say it. I'm fucked up. And then figure out how you can best deal with it and how you can get through it, and talk to somebody that you can trust to help you get through it. If somebody asks you, I don't care if they the white people at your job tomorrow. If they say, yo, how you feel? You are not obligated to say that you're okay.
Yeah. Blunt. Keep it blunt.
Right.
You are allowed to say, you know what? I'm not cool. It's fucked up.
Right.
And then if they ask you why, you can either raise your eyebrow like The Rock, like, nigga, you know. Or you can explain it to them in the safest way possible. And I say safe because I'm sure you'll probably be at work. But it's okay to not be okay. And that's all I really had to say, man. It's been a while since I said it, and it still reigns true to the day, and I don't want to forget it. I don't want y'all to forget it. Shit's fucked up. They fucking with us. It's cool to feel fucked up, but fuck them. And the more you get that fucking juice in you, the more you be able to accomplish in life, man. Real shit. I'm out. Malone.
Hands up! Hands up!
This a heads up, I came to get my bread up. I ain't deviating for shit, homie, I'm fed up. I ain't flipped out in the bit, kept my head up. Nose clean, toes down, businessmen become foes now. Shark Tank, dog eat dog, bet they know now. The Puma nigga with long hair will throw down. Time to go now, been told y'all, let's talk about it. Tried to settle down, tip, fuck it, I'm back to drown shit. Heavy talk, so come heavy, you're not around here. And this wherever, fuck where I'm at, I ain't from down here. Mama angel, I was fumbled from heaven, ain't no how. Your chick bless me, I'm earth's blessing, it's going down. Tired of night stressing about how to get you to listen. Pick a side, ride or die, I'm on a mission. Cousin, I'm a chef, ain't tripping about Hell's Kitchen. I drink like a fish, no ocean too deep to swim in, I'm out here. I was down, you called it winning. Short-sighted motherfucker, this life, my life's different. Plenty nights, them lights shimmered. Upgraded the wheel, treat them lights different. While chiefing tonight's ism.
Hands up! Hands up!
I'm decent, we living, cognac, toasting and bitten. Laugh at shit that ain't funny, my happiness ain't money. Nothing short of a box, a cage could take it from me. My get back phenomenal, come up
astronomical.
I'm the one they whisper about and try to outdo. Whole world wanna sip with Sammie, not you. I'm checking for checks, I hated you, not true. My eyes up to the sky, I'm focused above you.
Hands up!